Imagine this. It's Saturday morning. You want to sleep until 11, but your alarm rings at 7. Why? Because you have responsibilities.
And if you don't get up, your responsibilities will find you. Dirty dishes, angry messages, missed homework. Responsibilities are like boomerangs. You throw them away, and they come back harder.
Today we talk about responsibilities in simple English. Everyday life, work, family, friends, and your own life.
And if you want more fun English with real-life topics, subscribe to Sidekick English, hit like, and share this podcast with a friend who always forgets their responsibilities.
Yes, that friend who never answers messages, never does the dishes, and always says, "Sorry, I forgot." Send this to them.
Okay, let's talk about responsibilities.
So, Theo, were you a responsible kid?
Honestly, no. When I was a kid, my main responsibilities were lose my socks, break something, and blame the cat.
The cat had a hard life.
The cat had responsibilities too. Its job was be the excuse.
When I was a kid, I was kind of responsible. Not perfect, but I tried. I had to do my homework, clean my room, and help in the kitchen.
My parents always said, you must be responsible, but they never explained what that really means. For me, be responsible sounded like have less fun.
Yeah, responsible sometimes sounds boring, like taxes, or long emails.
But actually, responsibilities are not always bad. They can make your life better, more stable, and sometimes more fun.
So let's start very simple. Responsibility is something you must do. It is your job. It is your duty.
And if you don't do it, there is a result. Sometimes a small problem, sometimes a big problem.
For example, you have a plant. Your responsibility is to water the plant.
If you don't water it, the plant dies. And then you say, I'm not responsible enough for children. I killed a cactus.
If you cannot keep a cactus alive, maybe wait before you get a dog.
Or a child.
Or both at the same time.
In English, we use three important verbs with responsibilities: have, take, and share.
You have responsibilities. For example, I have many responsibilities at work.
You take responsibility. That means you accept it. You say, it's my job, it's my fault, I will fix it.
For example, I take responsibility for the mistake. You don't blame the cat.
And you share responsibilities. That means you divide the work with other people. We share the housework.
Let's talk about personal responsibilities first. These are things you must do for yourself.
The most basic personal responsibilities are wake up, take a shower, brush your teeth, get dressed, eat, and try not to destroy your life before 9 a.m.
Also, manage your money, go to the doctor, answer important emails, pay your bills on time.
Some people say I'm bad with money, but actually they're bad with responsibility.
Managing money is a big responsibility. You must plan. You must say no to some things. For example, no, I cannot buy pizza every day. I have to pay rent.
Pizza is delicious, but your landlord does not accept pizza as payment.
Another personal responsibility is your health. Your body is your responsibility.
That doesn't mean you must be perfect or go to the gym every day. It means you try to sleep, eat something green sometimes, move a little, and go to the doctor when you need.
Also, your mental health. Rest, relax, say no sometimes. You have the responsibility to protect your time and energy.
Many people feel guilty when they say no, but saying no is part of being responsible. You cannot do everything.
For example, if you are tired and you have work tomorrow, it's okay to say, "No, I can't go out tonight. I need to sleep."
You are responsible for your choices. Every yes is a responsibility. If you say yes to everything, you are going to explode.
Let's move to responsibilities at home. Home is not a hotel. Someone has to do the work.
There are many house responsibilities. Clean the kitchen, do the dishes, take out the trash, do the laundry, cook, vacuum, feed the pets, pay the bills.
Many people live with roommates or a partner or family, and sometimes one person does everything. Then they are tired, angry, and they say, "I'm not your mother."
To avoid that, it's important to talk about responsibilities. Who does what, when, how often.
For example, in a shared apartment, you can say, "I can cook if you do the dishes," or "You clean the bathroom, I clean the living room."
That is sharing responsibilities. It's more fair, and nobody feels like the angry parent of the house.
Also, it's important to respect other people's responsibilities. If your roommate just cleaned the kitchen, don't make a giant mess 5 minutes later and say, "I'll clean it someday."
Someday is not a day of the week.
A responsible person says, "I will do it tonight," or "I will do it after dinner," and then they actually do it.
Your words are also a responsibility. When you promise something, that is a responsibility.
If you say, "I will help you," or "I will be there at 6," you create a responsibility. The other person trusts you.
If you always say, yes, I'll do it, but you never do it, people stop trusting you. You become that person.
The person everyone likes but nobody depends on. Nice, but not reliable.
Let's talk about work and study responsibilities. At school or university, your responsibilities are go to class, do your homework, study for exams, finish projects.
At work, your responsibilities are different, but the idea is the same. You must do what you agree to do.
For example, your responsibilities at work can be answer emails, call clients, write reports, work in a team, arrive on time, and not sleep at your desk.
Even if it's Monday morning and you really want to sleep at your desk.
A very common sentence is, "It's not my responsibility." Sometimes that is true. Sometimes it's an excuse.
For example, if your job is to answer customer emails and your manager asks you to clean the bathroom, you can say, "That's not my responsibility. That is not your job."
But if you make a mistake and your boss is angry, you cannot say, "It's not my responsibility." If you did it, it is your responsibility.
Taking responsibility for your mistakes is difficult, but important. You can say, "I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I will fix it."
That is responsible, not "it was the computer," or "the file disappeared," or "my dog ate my presentation."
Poor dog, always responsible for everything.
Responsibility at work also means asking for help when you need it. If you don't understand something, it's better to ask than to do it wrong.
That's a good point. Being responsible doesn't mean you do everything alone. It means you care about the result. You try to do it well.
Also, being on time is a big part of responsibility. For work, for class, for meetings, for dates.
Many people are always late. They say, "I'm just like that." But actually, being late all the time is not a personality trait. It's about responsibility and respect.
When you are late, you take other people's time. Their time is important too.
Of course, sometimes there is traffic or a problem. That's normal. But if you are always late, maybe you need to change something.
Try to leave earlier, plan more time, think, if the bus is late, what do I do? That's being responsible.
Now let's talk about family responsibilities. These can be very emotional.
As a child, your responsibilities are usually small. Go to school, help a little at home, be polite.
But when you are older, you often have more responsibilities. Maybe you help your parents or your brothers and sisters or your children.
For example, if you have a younger brother, you might have the responsibility to pick him up from school.
Or help them with homework. Or cook for the family sometimes.
In many cultures, people also have responsibilities for grandparents or older parents. Visit them, call them, help with shopping or the doctor.
Family responsibilities can be heavy, but they can also be beautiful. You are important to someone. They depend on you.
It's okay to feel tired sometimes. And it's okay to ask for help and say, I need support with this responsibility.
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to care and try your best.
Let's talk about responsibilities in friendships and relationships.
Many people think friendship is only fun. Coffee, memes, parties. But friendship has responsibilities too.
For example, you have the responsibility to listen when your friend has a problem.
To answer messages. Maybe not in 3 seconds, but not in 3 months, please.
You also have the responsibility to be honest, to say what you feel, and to say I'm sorry when you hurt someone.
In relationships, you have responsibilities like support your partner, communicate, respect their time and feelings, and not disappear without a message.
Yes, ghosting is the opposite of responsibility.
If you don't want to see someone anymore, be honest. Say, I don't want to continue this relationship. It's difficult, but it's responsible.
Responsibility is not only about tasks, it's also about how you treat people.
And how you treat yourself. You also have a responsibility to you.
A big responsibility is your future. You are responsible for your goals, your learning, your growth.
For example, you want to improve your English. That is a responsibility. You can watch videos, listen to podcasts, read, practice with friends.
Nobody can put English directly in your brain. You must take responsibility for your progress.
But you are not alone. We are here with Sidekick English to help you. We are your English sidekicks.
You are the hero of your story. We are your sidekicks.
Another important idea is responsibility versus control. You are responsible for your actions, but not for everything.
For example, you are responsible for studying, but you are not 100% in control of your exam results. Maybe the exam is very hard. Maybe you feel sick. Maybe there is noise.
You are responsible for your behavior, but you are not responsible for other people's feelings all the time.
Some people try to control everything. They feel responsible for everybody. That is too much.
It's important to know the difference. Ask yourself, is this really my responsibility?
For example, your friend makes a bad decision. You can give advice, but you are not responsible for the decision.
You can say, I care about you, but this is your choice.
There is a famous idea called responsibility. Your ability to respond. You cannot control what happens, but you can control how you respond.
That is also responsibility. For example, your boss shouts at you. You cannot control your boss, but you can control your answer.
You can breathe, stay calm, speak clearly, and say, can we talk about this in a more respectful way?
Maybe inside you scream, but outside you stay responsible.
Let's give some useful sentences with responsibility.
I'm responsible for the marketing team. That means it's your job to manage the team.
Who is responsible for this project? You want to know who is in charge.
It's my responsibility to pay the rent. Or it's your responsibility to lock the door.
I take full responsibility. That means you accept all the responsibility.
We share the responsibility. That means both or all of you are responsible.
I don't want this responsibility. That means you don't want this job or duty.
This is not my responsibility. Be careful with this one. Use it politely.
For example, I don't think this is my responsibility. Maybe we should ask the manager.
Sometimes people run away from responsibilities because they are afraid to fail.
But if you never take responsibility, you never grow. Responsibility is like a gym for your character.
At the beginning, it's hard, heavy. You feel tired. But if you continue, you become stronger and more confident.
Also, when you are responsible, people trust you more. They give you more opportunities.
For example, your manager sees that you always finish your work on time. Maybe they give you a promotion.
Or your friend sees that you always keep your promises. Maybe they invite you to bigger projects or trips.
Responsibility is not a prison. It's a key. It opens doors.
Of course, you also need balance. Too many responsibilities can make you stressed and unhappy.
Then you have a new responsibility. Yourself. Rest. Say no. Simplify.
You can ask, do I really need to do this? Can someone help me? Can we share this responsibility?
Life is like a big game of who does what. You choose your missions.
For example, my missions: create content, answer messages, drink coffee, and try not to break my computer.
My missions: record the podcast, organize my time, take care of my health, and remind Theo not to break his computer.
See, we share responsibilities.
Before we finish, let's connect this to you and your English.
Your English is your responsibility. But remember, responsibility is not perfection.
It's about small, consistent actions. Maybe 10 minutes a day. Maybe one podcast per day.
You are already doing it now. You are listening, learning, thinking in English. That's responsibility.
If you enjoyed this episode and you want to continue your English journey with us, subscribe to Sidekick English.
Click subscribe, like this podcast, and share it with a friend who is responsible, or maybe a friend who needs to be more responsible.
You can also talk about this topic in English. Ask yourself, what are my responsibilities? Which responsibilities are heavy? Which ones are beautiful?
And remember, you don't have to be perfect. Just be a little more responsible today than yesterday.
Thanks for listening, hero.
And your sidekicks will see you in the next episode.
Take care.
And take responsibility.